Okay, and I think we're live, and I'm on here with Catfish. He's down in Louisiana, and he's had some very interesting experiences, right, Catfish?
Yep, that's it.
There's nobody on the chat just yet, but anything you want to say before you start in on your experiences?
No,
Is
I
is
don't
your
know.
experiences what got you interested in boogers?
Uh, uh, no, I don't know. Yeah, I
Well,
guess so.
I'll tell you what. Just go ahead with your first
Uh,
one, because you had an experience whenever you was young, right?
yeah,
Okay. Let me make
yeah.
sure. Can everybody hear Catfish good? Hello, Lady, Matt, JD, Outlaw, Min Pin Lover, Shane Barber, Emily, and Patricia. Can y'all hear Catfish?
Can yeah,
Yes.
can y'all
Yes.
hear me?
Yep.
I'm way down south of south. What I called it a while ago. South coast.
Down Louisiana. What part of Louisiana? I mean, what part of the state? Northern, southern part?
Way down south.
You're down the swamps, right?
Well, yeah, marshes.
Marshes, swamps, whatever.
Yeah. If I take a boat, I could in 20 minutes I'd be at the Gulf.
You got gators
Gulf of
there, right?
Mexico. Oh, a lot of them, yeah.
Have you ever
But I ain't
seen?
scared of them.
One time I was working down in South Carolina around Myrtle Beach, and they've got gators there too.
Yeah, they have them there, yeah.
We went to. I was laying tile. I was working with a guy laying tile, and we went to they had like communities around the golf courses. They have a bunch of golf courses everywhere, and had communities around them. But anyway, this was early in the spring, maybe about this time of the year actually, maybe a little bit later. But anyway, this sucker had his head raised out of the water, and his tail, I'll never forget this, had his tail, and this thing, it was huge. It was 10, 12 foot long at least. I mean, it was huge. A big old lizard. And
Yeah.
it had water dancing off of its back. And come to find out later, it was like a mating thing. It
It's
was
a
making,
mating. Yeah.
yeah. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
That's wild,
Yeah.
ain't it? That tripped me out.
Yeah.
I mean, I can
And
still
all the
picture it in my
little
head.
gators are going to leave because he's telling them, I'm Big Daddy
Yeah.
here.
Oh, he
You
was
know?
Big Daddy. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That was the biggest lizard I've ever saw. But.
Yeah. They are a big lizard, you know, but they big.
Yeah,
And
man. We used
I'm
to.
more scared of the female when she has eggs than that male. They won't really bother you
Yeah.
until they have a nest.
You better be as scared of any female if baby's around. I mean, even anything,
Yeah,
you
or
know,
babies, yeah.
birds or
That's
whatever,
when
they'll come
they'll
after you.
attack you.
Oh yeah.
See, we train them down here. It's not like Florida. In Florida, they eat people. They don't eat us because we eat them.
All right.
So they're scared of us, yeah.
What other kind of game y'all got down there?
Oh, deer, some small black bears. You can't hunt them in Louisiana. They're protected. But the biggest they get is maybe 200 pounds. They're not very big.
The black bear?
Yeah, black bears.
Yeah.
I know y'all's are big.
And
a lot bigger than ours.
Yeah, we talked last night. You have a few turkeys down there, and
yeah, turkeys.
But just all kinds of crawdads and fish. I mean,
yeah,
Louisiana's a beautiful place.
Snakes.
It's got it's like a sportsman's paradise down there. It's for fishing and.
They call it the duck capital of the world. It's not like that no more, but at one time it was. The presidents would come here, all kind of actors, singers, you name it. They still come here to hunt.
Well, that's where the Duck Dynasty fellers are down there, right?
Yeah, well, they're up north Louisiana, but they're kind of like us. They like to have long beards and.
All right. Well, y'all would make good hillbillies. y'all would make good hillbillies.
Yeah, but we don't have no hills.
I don't know if I can handle no
It's
hills or
flat.
not.
You know, I've been through your part of the country, and when you're driving down the road, they might have some flat places, but a lot of it's hilly.
Oh yeah.
Mountains. I mean, over here you could see 5 miles. You know, I mean, it's just as flat as can be. The only thing that stops you from seeing anything is trees. But out in the marsh, you can see a long ways.
Right. Yeah, there's a few flat places around here. We call them strip mines. And in hollers, I mean, it's just so curvy. I was thinking about that coming in tonight. The frogs. I bet there's a million frogs out on the road.
Oh,
and here I'm trying to miss them and everything. But there's quite a few flat frogs on the road too.
Oh.
Which would make a good booger snack, I guess.
Yeah. And you got bullfrogs over there?
Oh, yeah. There's all kinds of cattle ponds around here where people used to raise a lot of cattle.
Yeah.
Like there's 2 on my property, and the surrounding properties, they're just, I can name 100 ponds right now that I know of around my property, and you know what I'm saying? And the bullfrogs are everywhere. Huh? What is it?
Yeah, frogs, because we fry them.
Yeah.
So we call them swamp chicken.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I went gigging. I'd like to do that again. I love frog eggs.
Oh,
not frog eggs, frog legs.
I got 5 of them in my freezer right now.
I heard that. So anyway, your first experience, you was what 4 years old?
I was probably 13. We used to have to work cows, and the farmers around here, they'll lease, like they have big tracts of land that people own, companies, you know, it's a land company. And we went to go get all the cows out of the woods, and I swear it sounded like a bull, like, how, you know, bellowing for his cows, but it had a little different tone to it. And I was gonna go see with my horse, but when I got closer to it, and it was still making that, it's like a roar, I guess they called it.
Uh-huh.
My horse didn't want to go there, and she was a quarter horse, and normally that wouldn't faze her, but she just would not go over there. I tried making her go, and she wouldn't. So I knew something was up, so I said, well, if you don't want to go, I don't want to go either.
Right.
I didn't see it, but I heard it. I don't know what it was doing, if it was calling his buddies, I don't know. Our family members, I don't know what. It was sure making a loud, weird noise. My grandmother used to tell us, because we would play in the woods all the time, and she would tell us, don't go in the woods. The rougarous are going to get you.
Rougarous.
Oh, yeah, we thought that was just to keep us out of the woods.
Same thing here.
Yeah, like with you, yeah. You know, you thinking.
Which no doubt worked in the opposite way, right? I'm sure that kept y'all from going out there, right?
No.
That just automatically makes a young feller want to go out there, don't it?
Yeah.
Well, I want to see a rougarou.
We were barefooted most of the time. You know, go out in the woods and get you a big stick. If you see a snake, kill it with the stick. I mean,
right.
The only time I wore shoes was when I went to school or go to church or something like that. But other than that, we were barefooted.
So, did you actually see the creature making the noise?
No, my horse wouldn't let me. You know?
What kind of noise was it?
I've heard on the internet, on YouTube, make that roar sound, and it sounds like, I don't know, it's you can't explain it. It's just, I don't know. It's like it's straining, and it's hollering very, very loud. But in the woods, you know, sound doesn't travel as well as out in the open.
Right.
So nobody else probably heard it unless they were out there.
And that was your first experience, right?
Yeah, first, yeah.
So, okay.
I didn't get to see it, but they have what they call the Old Spanish Trail, and the Spaniards came. You know, they say Columbus found America, but Spaniards were here first.
Presumably,
And,
I mean,
there's
at least 100 different people.
And they were here way before Christopher Columbus sailed across.
So were 100 different other people, but anyway.
yeah, my ancestors were here.
Right.
You know, but once in a while you would hear people say that they would see this big black thing standing up on two legs, walking down parts of the Old Spanish Trail. And it would be on the news and everything, but nobody knew what it was, and nobody would say what it was, so...
Ain't that funny? They used to report on these things all the time. Giants and Bigfoot. You can go online and see all kinds of old newspaper reports about them. I mean, they don't talk about it now.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder why. But, okay, but you had a face-to-face also, right?
Yeah, I was in Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah, I was gem collecting in the creek.
The only gem I know about in Arkansas is Lady in the Woods, but anyway.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, she's a gem too, you're right.
But you was in the creek gem collecting?
Yeah, they have gold out in certain parts in Arkansas. So I was collecting sand and gemstones, and my ex-wife, she was in my car, and there was a bridge, and I knew when I'd see her that she would go get the grandkids. So I saw my car pass, so I said, well, it's time for me to go. So I started climbing up the top of, climbing up the hill. And when I got to the top, I have a 5-gallon bucket that I carry tools in it, a shovel. All the kind you get from the Army surplus.
Uh-huh.
Or you can fold it up and it fits in a bucket real good.
Right.
So I usually, when I get to the top, I put the bucket down, I sit down and I rest for a while.
Well, they call it...
It's pretty hard climbing up those hills.
Entrenchment tool?
Huh?
Entrenchment tool, is that what you're talking about? The Army shovel?
Yeah, Army shovel. Yeah. Yeah, you can use it like a hoe, or y'all call it a spade.
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's got like a saw type deal on one side and like a shovel.
No, it's just a shovel. It has a little short handle, like 2 feet long.
Uh-huh. But it folds up. Well, I guess
front part, and you can turn the blade different ways.
Okay.
I had it folded up. I put it in the bucket. Well, I had 3 guns. I had 2 pistols. One was a 6-shooter. The other one was an automatic. And I always carry a Dillinger in my back pocket. So I had 3 of them. And I use a cane to walk with. And the one I brought with me, it has a sword in it. You undo the handle and a sword comes out. So when I got to the top, I usually put the bucket down, but I didn't have a chance to put the bucket down. North of me, I hear I thought it was a gorilla at first, but he was making all kind of noises, and he pulled a tree over, and it broke, and just the sound of that scared me. You know, I was like startled. So I turned so fast, my neck cracked from top of my, or the bottom of my head down to my behind. And I hadn't cracked that in a long time, but it sure cracked because I spun around so quick. And it was doing all kind of crazy things like a gorilla does. And then he would bluff charge me. And he was like 100 feet from me. But when he would bluff charge, he would run towards me, like using all fours. And he'd get like maybe 30 feet from me. So I got to see everything. I looked at him real good, but I didn't look at him in his eyes.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. But I guess he was trying to see if I'd run. Or I guess, I don't know. I just stood my ground. I had my hands on my guns. You know, if you get too close, I'm going to shoot you. But in Arkansas, they got signs all over. You see it. It has a Bigfoot on it. And it tells you on the sign, anyone, I forgot how it says it, but it's...
Don't kill the Bigfoot.
Yeah, you can't harass them or anything. It's $100,000 fine.
So that's a state sign they have in Arkansas?
No, that's real signs. No, it's signs.
I mean,
they're all over. They're on metal poles on the side of the road.
Who's putting them up, though? I mean, the government's putting those up?
The state? Yeah, the state of Arkansas.
I have never heard of that. That is interesting.
I should have taken a picture.
Yeah, I would like to see a picture of that. That's very interesting. I've never heard of that.
Stores that, you know, they have like, you know, people put posters up. It's a metal sign, and it's telling you that if you get caught harassing, killing or harassing, that's what it says on there. $100,000 fine or 10 years in prison. It's kind of crazy, but I mean, they know they're there. So, but I was thinking, that's $10 million standing over there. You know, if you kill one, but how you going to get it out? Because it probably weighs 1,000 pounds.
Are they brown signs? What color are these signs?
They're white.
White?
Yeah. And they glow in the dark, like if you shine a light on them. You know how roadside does? It reflects.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of sign. Got a white back, and it's black and white, no? But they reflect at night. Mm-hmm. If you're going 85 miles an hour, you're not going to see it. Very good. You know, they're probably like 2 feet tall by a foot wide or something like that. And it's got a picture of a Bigfoot on it.
I'm looking. I don't see a white sign. I think there's a brown one with white lettering on it. But anyway, what did it look like? The booger.
The sign? Oh,
no, the booger.
He had a cone head. He had a lot of hair, but it was real hot at that time, so his hair was a little shorter.
What color?
It was kind of a brownish black. You know, in the woods, I mean, you don't have much light, but you got enough light you can see what they look like and what color.
About how big was it?
Oh, good. From what I could tell, around at least 10 foot, 10, 11 foot, I don't know. I tried to go and measure it the next day, but, you know, when it kind of freaks you out, it's kind of hard to remember all those, I went by the tree that he was trying to hide behind. It was maybe 6 inches around.
Right.
And the only thing it covered was his eyes. I could see his ears and the rest of his body. He was trying to hide behind a little bitty tree. But he was doing those, like, African bush talk, like he talked about, making all those little clicking noises and making noises with his mouth. So I figured there was another one somewhere.
It was making noises, the clicking noises?
Yeah. You know, like...
Right.
And clicking. Some little clicks. So I figured there was another one somewhere around. If he's doing that and it's not real loud, but loud enough to hear, I had to have one kind of close.
Right. So, how close did he end up getting to you?
When he bluff charged me, he got probably about 30 feet from me. 30, 35 feet.
Oh, wow.
I saw everything. I saw his manhood. I saw everything.
Oh, my. So, what
if you
did...
watch wrestling, that's what he looked like, a big wrestler that had no fat, you know, just lean.
Right.
A lot of muscles. His arms were long, a lot longer than ours, because it would, when he kind of like stood up and he put his chest out, his arms were way down below his knees.
What about his legs?
He didn't stand up straight like we do.
So,
his knees were bent.
Right. Okay. See, now I've heard a lot of people talk about that. The one I seen running, which, you know, I didn't have a very good look at any of these, and then the one on all fours, of course, his knees were bent in, and I've heard a lot of people say that, actually, like Baron Kumbos talked about it, that they can't straighten their legs. I mean, it's like it's physically impossible for them to straighten their legs.
Yeah, because when he ran, his knees stayed bent. You know, when we run, we straighten out one of our legs every time, you know, you take a stride.
Right.
His knees never did straighten out. They stayed bent. But he used his hands when he came towards me, you know, on the ground.
Right.
And it looked just like when they showed the gorillas on TV, and they do a bluff charge too. And that's exactly what it looked like. If you ever watched one do a bluff charge, that was exactly what he did, except he kind of like stood up.
So he went from all fours. I mean, he kind of charged on all fours and kind of stood up at the end.
Yeah, he stood up, and I was like looking way up at him. It's like, oh my God, what do I do now? You know.
Right.
But I had unlashed both my guns, and I figure if you come closer, you know, I'm gonna throw some lead. That's about all I can do. I can't run. I can barely walk. So I was gonna have to do whatever I had to do, but thank God he stopped.
No doubt. I mean, I would say, yeah, no doubt. I would say, you know, if you shot one, then it'd probably just make it mad. But
yeah, because I really don't think that 45 would have stopped him.
Right.
I really don't think so.
Yeah.
Not as big as he was.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a monster. You know, 10 foot, 10, 11 foot.
Yeah.
That it probably weighed. How much you reckon it weighed?
I think he weighed about 1,000 pounds. I think.
A brute.
From shoulder to shoulder, he was more than, around 4 feet wide.
That's crazy.
I mean, this is huge. You're not expecting. I've seen grizzly bears, and I think he was bigger than a grizzly bear. I've been to Yellowstone and all that. And you see him walking on the roads and stuff, and I never saw one when he was mad, but I mean, a grizzly's still a big animal, you know, and he probably outweighed it by 300 or 400 200 pounds, I would think. I mean, I don't know how much a bear weighs, but it's pretty scary.
Well, those things, I mean, they have to be about solid muscle. What time of year was it that you seen that one?
It was in June.
June, so
and it was hot.
Yeah, I would say.
Raining, and it was muggy, you know. But over there, way up in the mountains, when it rains, there's like a little fog, and then there's no more moisture in there. Over here in Louisiana, you either got 100% moisture or 80%. You know, it's always real muggy when it's hot.
That's how it's like here. It's not that dry heat. Oh
yeah.
Man, it's just it drains you too.
Yeah. That's why I'd have to rest a lot. You know, I'd walk a little ways and I'd stop and rest.
Did you could you describe its facial features?
Well, he had great big eyes.
How about
his eyebrows was like all in one, and it was like sticking way out. His eyes were really big. But an animal that big, he's gonna have some big eyes. But
right,
he had big pupils. You know, I could tell his pupils were. It's not like our eyes.
Right.
It's more like if you see a cow, how their eyes are, it's kind of like that, you know.
Did it have any color to its eyes, or just
brown?
Brown.
But yeah.
But you could see a definite pupil in it too.
Oh yeah, I was close enough. I could see everything. His nose was real wide and kind of flat.
Right, not like a gorilla, more like a
like
human's
a
nose, like a boxer's nose or something. You know how they've been punched in the nose and their nose is kind of flat.
Yeah, from being broke so many times.
Right.
Yeah.
But their big eyes, and the pupils that big. I mean, I think they got excellent night vision because that's all the activity I see around here is mostly at night, and I guarantee they can see a lot better than we can. I know we was talking last night, right?
I think so. Or the night before. Maybe.
This is my week.
Remember.
I've been working. It's been pretty hard at work this week, and I finally got done. I said I wasn't going to paint the ceilings last night, but I finally went and painted. I think you're right. I think it was the night before.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because you sent me a message saying that you were gonna paint.
Yeah. I didn't finish it, and I had, I don't know, maybe 2 gallons left, so I finished this room, and I ran out of paint, and I almost got it all covered. I'm going to have to do another coat, but whatever. But anyway, we was talking about, like, you or I could go outside right now, or anybody, and if you're away from lights for a while, your eyes adjust to it, right?
Yeah.
But like looking up through the FLIR or something, or if you're camping, don't stare at the campfire. It kills your night vision. It takes you a few minutes to get that back.
Yeah.
But even on no moon or anything out, you'll be able to see a little bit. Now, if your pupils, if your pupils were a lot bigger, then that's bringing more light. It's not complete darkness, no matter if the darkest night. It's still not complete darkness unless you're in a cave or a coal mine.
You got the light from the stars.
Right.
Twilight, they call it.
But yeah, you can still see a little bit now. Some nights you can't see as good, but anyway, your eyes do adjust, and the bigger your pupils would be, the more light that they're bringing in, and you can see better at night.
Yeah.
So I would say that's why they've got big pupils.
That's gotta be, yeah.
What about its mouth? Could you see teeth or anything?
No, he didn't. He didn't really show me his teeth.
No, well, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah. I didn't want to see him.
Yeah, that's probably.
But his mouth, he didn't have. They don't have lips like us.
Right.
You know how some people have their lips kind of go up, like right underneath your nose a little bit. Most of us have that. I got relatives that don't, but it was just straight across, like.
Did it have sharp features or like soft features?
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? Like a Native American would have a more chiseled outlook to it, as
yeah,
opposed to
yeah.
as opposed to an Englishman or like a
Yeah, he didn't have no. I don't know. His cheeks were like raised up more, kind of like Indians. You know, like high cheekbones and
right.
yeah. I don't know. It didn't look like a human to me at all. You know, more. It's hard to explain it because I guess you could say chiseled out. Their brow is. I didn't. Uh, they don't have hair on their face like we do. You know, he didn't have no mustache. He might have had some fuzz, but it wasn't hair like we do.
And there's no doubt that this was a male. You said you see everything,
Yeah, he was a male.
so it didn't have like a no hair at all on its face that you could tell.
Just on the bottom of his, like at the bottom, he had some.
Did it? What color was
like
its skin?
He didn't have a beard. And it looked like well, you could tell he ain't never brushed his hair. You know, so
Yeah.
but it just laid there like.
What color?
He would move.
What color was its skin?
A dark color, kind of a not black, not brown, but kind of a grayish look.
Grayish looking.
Yeah.
Lady in the Woods wants to know if it looked like it had Down syndrome.
Down syndrome.
Yeah, you know how people with Down syndrome all have that certain look.
Same look. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, not that all. Not really.
No. Hope it didn't, lady.
Is that what her boogers look like?
Well, you know, they look different. I don't know, like people look different, and you know, there's supposedly different types of them. I mean, I don't know, but you know, a face to face like that, I want to try to get as much detail as I can out of it, out of you.
Yeah, I tried.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just.
I tried looking at him good, but I didn't want to look in his eyes, you know. So.
Yeah, well, I've heard you're not supposed to look at primates in their eyes.
I didn't want to look at his face, but.
You said it wasn't human looking, so.
No, he didn't look human, really.
And was its face scrunched up?
No, it was flat, kind of.
Flat, more like you said, it had more like sharp features to it, right?
Yeah.
So
I could see his ears, but they were like real close to his head.
And the scariest part, man, is it probably had a couple of buddies there that you didn't see.
Yeah.
Unless this was a lone male.
Making them clicking noises.
Did you hear anything respond to his clicking noises?
No, I didn't hear no response, but I'd have really freaked out then.
So you would compare this thing more to a chimpanzee or a gorilla, an ape or whatever?
More like a gorilla, but his nose was different than a gorilla's nose.
Right. I don't know if you ever.
A gorilla's nose is like, you can see if you're looking straight at them, you can see in their nose, you know, because of the way the holes are.
Uh-huh.
Well, this one, it looked like, like you said about a boxer. It was flat and wide. Very flat.
I wish I could. I don't know if you saw here's a picture. I know you're on delay, but the second one, are you watching this on the YouTube?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a thing called Demoness, and it's supposed to be about Neanderthals and all that. But I've heard a lot of people say that they look like the second one over. I'm showing a picture of it now. Maybe you can go back and watch this or whatever, and look at it and see if that might be kind of what you're talking about. But I've heard.
Let me see if I can bring up the YouTube.
Okay. If you get it on there, let me know. I'll put it back on that. But it's yeah, I've heard quite a few people actually. Kumbo and Bear said that was the closest picture they've ever seen of one. From artist reconstruction or whatever. Which again, there are different types, different. They all look different. But let me know if you get it up on YouTube, and I'll put that picture back up. See if anybody else had any questions for you.
Well, I'm on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up on it.
Okay, like I said, you're probably on delay, like 15-second delay, but the one I got the mouse thing on, is the one they're talking about. But it's got like the flattish nose to it, and like
You see the last one with his mouth open?
Yeah.
On the right hand side, that's what his nose looked like.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
Howler monkey nose.
Yeah, but more flatter.
What about its yeah, I went there. What about its eyes? You said the pupils were bigger than what it's shown in this, right? Uh-oh.
Yeah, his eyes were a lot bigger. His
which this isn't supposed to.
Was different too.
Right. This guy was doing something about Neanderthals and what he thought they looked like. This isn't actually representing Bigfoot, but this picture here is the one that a lot of people says looks a lot like him. But you're saying the nose was more like this, and you never did see its teeth, right? But look, this guy really don't have, a bunch of hair on his face or much of a mustache, and it's got hair down here on his chin.
Yeah.
But what about it? Could you see its ears or anything?
Yeah, they were kind of like ours, but real close to his head. They didn't stick out at all.
Like flat to its head?
Yeah.
Right.
They were bigger than my ears, but he was a bigger animal, but I didn't see no earlobes.
Right. Was he downwind from you, or could you smell him?
No. I was upwind because the wind was coming from the south.
See, and I think they know about that too. I think they know that about smell. They probably use it to hunt and recognize that they put off one too, or they probably try to keep our scent coming towards them and they're seeing away from us.
But when I saw him, I guarantee he smelled me.
Right. Well, 35 foot. I mean, yeah, I'd say he did.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he smelled me.
So, what was your reaction?
Oh, I didn't want to show it no fear, so I just turned to the side. I didn't want to look at him no more.
Have you had any more encounters?
Yeah, I had some other encounters, but not over there, not in Arkansas.
Right.
I had sticks thrown at me when I was fishing.
Yeah, that's right. See, I've talked to a couple people in the last few days about some encounters. That's why I got confused with. You said you was 13 whenever you was on the horse.
Yeah.
Somebody was telling me about whenever they was 4 years old, they had some kind of encounter too. But go ahead. What was you saying about fishing?
Oh, yeah, I was fishing one time and something was throwing sticks at me. I thought it was my cousin messing with me, but it wasn't him. But it was breaking trees, like breaking the branches off, and it kept getting bigger. And when it threw the root and part of the tree, it was like, man, there ain't no way that could be my cousin doing that.
Right.
So I left. I didn't stick around to see what it was.
Might have been in any fishing spot.
Yeah, or that's where he was crossing.
Right.
The cut that I was in is probably like 20 feet deep.
Uh-huh.
But when you go out into where the lakes are, it gets shallower. And that's where the deer do too. They'll go into the water and then they walk into the lake part.
Well, maybe it was hunting deer.
It might have been. I don't know, but
Did you happen to notice if any structures or anything was around?
No, they don't have structures like in the woods. You know, if you go in the woods, you might see stuff. And I've seen stuff, but I didn't know what it was. I just figured somebody had done that, or the wind might have done it, or
Right.
There's no X's down here. They don't do X's. You know, you might see broken trees, but you don't know if a tornado did it or something like that. You know, out in the marsh, it's all flat, and you have wild cane. We call them rosos. That's the real name of them, but it's a type of a cane.
The big,
like a
thick.
bamboo, but they don't get very, not tall like a bamboo does.
Like a creek cane?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got that.
They're real bushy looking at the bottom, and then it kind of spreads out at the top.
Yeah, there's different strains of it or whatever.
Yeah. It's in the cane family.
Right. Which is actually a grass, which is pretty wild. Like some of that bamboo, which some of that bamboo, like down in Carolina, it got real big. I mean, it got as big as like a Coke can.